Hello? Who is this?
It's a podcast.
Horrors Betwixt.
Hi, I'm Nathan.
Hi, I'm Colton.
Hi, everybody. Tyler here.
We are your tour guides into the dark, and you are listening to Horrors Betwixt. Today, we're talking about Albert Fish. The boogeyman has always been a tale told to scare young children, a monster that lurks in the shadows and will strike at a moment's notice. But for the children in New York during the 1920s and 30s, the boogeyman was very much a reality. Albert Fish, born Hamilton Howard Fish in Washington, D.C. on May 19, 1870, the youngest of three living siblings to a 32-year-old mother and a 75-year-old father. When his father passed away, young Albert, then age 5, was sent to live in St. John's Orphanage, where he would spend the next 4 years of his life as a victim of beatings. It was here that Albert found his love for physical pain.
Oh, yes. Yes, Nun Margaret. I was a bad boy. Hit me again, please.
Pour hot candle wax on my nipples.
May I have another, please?
Another. It was here, where kids usually asked for seconds on their food, but Albert Fish asked for seconds on his beatings.
So I just want to point out that his father was a total gilf. He's fucking 75
His father
years old.
was a gilf?
Yeah, grandfather oh fuck, god damn it, I screwed it up, dilf. He was an elderly gentleman,
Oh
is
my
what I was
God.
trying to say.
He was a gilf?
He was a gill.
I was thinking grandfather, but that was fucked up.
Usually when you
I
say
meant that he
gilf, you
was-
still don't think grandfather. When you say gilf, you think grandmother.
Well, yeah, but my point is that he was a 75-year-old dude banging a 32-year-old woman. He may be
Wow.
old, but he was still getting the bitches, is what I was trying to say.
Yeah, with lots of Viagra, probably.
Oh, God. All right. Albert's mother came back for him in 1880, having secured a government job. Now living with his mother, Albert struck up a relationship with a local telegraph boy. It was around this time that Albert began to experiment with some very unusual sexual fetishes, such as coprophilia, which is eating feces, and drinking urine. He also found himself to be a voyeur, taking trips to the bathhouse so he could watch men undress on the weekends.
So basically, he's like Bear Grylls, but he watches dudes undressed.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Oh.
He's like, hi, I'm here in the wilderness today. I like to drink my own pee, eat my own shit. It's good nutrition. And everyone's like, wow, sounds like Bear Grylls. I also like to watch dudes undress in the shower. And that's not Bear Grylls. And how old is he at this point? He's what?
Fucking,
Gotta be almost 15, 16 years old?
yeah, something like that.
Fair enough.
In 1890, a 20-year-old Albert Fish moved to New York. He found work as a prostitute. It was during that time that Albert began targeting boys of color for sexual assault. This would allow Albert to go undetected for quite some time, a fact he admitted after being caught he was well aware of. Albert's mother arranged for him to marry in 1898. The marriage gave Albert 6 children. This did little to stem his sexual assault on young boys.
Why would it?
I don't know. Being a family man usually takes a lot of your free time, but he's like, no. This is important. You need to understand. We may have
Honey.
6 kids.
Honey, I need you to watch the
I need
kids
to do
tonight.
this.
See, I'm watching kids tonight too, but they're not ours.
God damn it. Fucking hate you. It's so fucked up. The fact that he was able to take advantage of fucking racism at the time, too, is just disgusting.
Yeah, that's
So, first victim. The first well-known victim of Albert Fish's violence came in 1910 during Albert Fish's working period in Delaware. He struck up a relationship with Thomas Kedden. Albert took Kedden to an abandoned farmhouse where they engaged in a grueling 2-week torture session, which reached its climax when Albert cut half of Kedden's penis off. Originally, this was where Kedden was meant to die. However, a heat wave had broken out, and Fish worried risking discovery if he carried through with his plan, rotting flesh and all. Before Fish took off, he kissed Kedden and left him $10 for his troubles, and then took the first train home. According to Fish, he never figured out what happened to him, and he didn't give a shit.
I just like that, you know. He's just sitting there, cuts off half his penis, and he just whispers, "You know, Kenton, this is where I want to kill you, but it's kind of hot out right now." And he leans him, gives him a kiss, and he's like, "Here's $10. Go buy yourself something nice."
What the fuck?
Then he just leaves, and then he's like, "That's it. That's all. I don't care." Gave him $10. Why is he mad at me?
Here's $10 for your troubles. Now get out of my sight.
Here's
You're lucky I let you live one more day.
You're lucky I let you live. I took half your penis. You're lucky I didn't take your whole life.
Oh, come on. It's just a flesh wound.
Don't be such a baby.
Don't be a child.
He's only half a penis. I did not take the
I
full
could have cut
one.
the whole thing off. Yeah, I could have taken the whole thing.
Just pack it in some ice.
Pack it in
You'll
some-
be
it'll be
fine.
He picked it up off the ground, took it to a doctor to try and get it surgically put back on.
Put it in a little plastic baggie. Save it. And I'll be on my way to the ER and get that.
Save
Try
bag.
my bestest to...
I don't think they just had
He's-
buckets of ice laying around at this point.
He just put it in like a brown paper sack, like a little ghetto grocery bag, and he's just like, "This is my manhood I'm carrying right now."
By 1917, Fish's marriage deteriorated. Fish's wife left him for another man, taking all the belongings and leaving Albert Fish a single father of 6. The single father found a liking for self-harm, shoving needles into his abdomen and beating himself with studded boards. During this time, Albert began to experiment with raw meat and would find himself preparing it for dinner. This led way to another perversion, cannibalism.
Yum.
So at this point, he's just literally it's fucking raw. Just throwing down whatever he can find on the table. He's like, "God damn it, you're gonna eat it."
Fucking sign me up, dude. That sounds yummy.
He's getting to be a little more like Bear Grylls.
I drink my own piss. I eat shit.
Raw meat,
I eat raw meat.
whatever carry on I
And
fucking
he's-
find.
And he's professional at acupuncture. I mean,
Yeah.
he could be doing all of his works for good, too. But just don't be cutting off any penises or half penises, whatever, just stuff. That's just like...
You could be using your skills for good. Instead, you're just stabbing your own abdomen.
So, in the middle of the night in 1924, Albert abducted 9-year-old Francis McDonnell. After an intense search, the boy's body was found strung up on a tree. Autopsy reported that he was sexually assaulted and strangled with his suspenders.
Why you don't wear suspenders?
They went out of fashion right after that.
Yeah, it was bound to happen.
We found that too many people were trying to strangle one another with suspenders, so we just like, nope, not a thing anymore. Just
Companies started including like shivs and knives in their suspenders so that you could fend off other people wearing suspenders.
Nothing more dangerous than a man wearing suspenders. You never know what true evil lurks underneath those. So, his third victim. 3 years later, Albert Fish killed again, this time 4-year-old Billy Gaffney. Billy Gaffney was playing outside with his friend Billy Beaton when both boys disappeared. Billy Beaton was found on the rooftop of his apartment alone. When he was asked what happened to Gaffney, Beaton responded with, "The boogeyman took him." Gaffney's body
Well,
was
Billy?
never found.
Well, Billy, I heard you were playing with Billy. And Billy, I need you to tell me where Billy went. Okay, Billy? Okay. All right, Billy, where's Billy? I'm right here. No, Billy, not you. Billy, the other Billy. Billy's on the roof. Where, Billy?
Billy Beaton, Billy Bob, Billy Barry, Billy Bo.
Billy, this is serious. Billy and Billy, I need you to tell me where Billy went. Okay, Billy? Hey, Billy, you paying attention, Billy? Billy, I need you, Billy. Billy, pay attention. Hey, Billy, come here. I need you. Hey, no, not you, Billy. Stay back. Hey, you, the Billy number 2. Start giving them numbers. Billy 1 through 3, go over here. Billy 1 through Billy 4 through 5. I need you to come with me. Billy 6 and 7, go with that man over there. We're all talking about the murder of Billy number 9. Speaking of which, has anyone seen Billy number 8?
He's on the roof. So his final victim, Grace Budd, at least his final confirmed victim. Albert Fish's mental state deteriorated as time went on. He came to believe that God was telling him to torture children. In 1928, Albert Fish answered an advertisement posing as a farmer to hire Edward Budd. It was the murder of Edward Budd's sister, 10-year-old Grace Budd, that would ultimately be Fish's undoing. He originally intended Edward Budd to be his victim. However, when he met his sister, he decided she would be a better choice. The times were different back then. People were more trusting. When Albert asked to take Grace to a niece's birthday party, the parents obliged. It would be the last anyone would ever see of Grace Budd.
Hey, you don't mind if I take your daughter to a birthday party, do you? Who are you again? Oh, I'm Farmer Joe.
I came to
Yeah,
hire
sure,
your son.
go ahead. I'm the guy that hired your son. Oh, yeah. Heard a lot about you. Sure. Take our daughter.
God.
Take my daughter.
Take my daughter, take my wife, take the farm. You can have it all.
Take all the billies. Take them all.
Take all the billies. So that leads us into the next part here. And I was actually just about to bring it up. A few years later, in 1934, Fish sent a graphic letter to the parents of Grace Budd, describing in vivid detail what he did to their daughter. This letter was tracked via the postage he used, and he promptly confessed all his crimes to the police. But in that letter, he went on to relay how in China there was a shortage of meat or something, and they started eating children. And then he went on to talk about how he, Grace threatened to tell her parents what was going on, and he fucking killed her and ate her. And then he, the one kindness he spared to the family was saying that he didn't have sex with her, so she died a virgin. She died pure.
Can you believe him, though? Do you think he actually did that?
I mean, he was known to prefer boys, but he did assault women, and he even engaged in, I don't know, weird sex games with his kids. I mean, that makes it sound like there's normal sex. Yeah, okay. I
He was playing sex games with his kids, but not the good kind.
I don't mean that. But no, he did do stuff with girls too, so I don't really know. I don't know if he did anything or not. Not sure it matters. He murdered her and ate her, so I mean,
Bottom line is she's not coming back.
it's not like there's a silver lining to that, really.
She's kicked the bucket.
Yeah, she's gone.
Yeah, it's done.
She didn't kick the bucket. Someone else kicked it for her.
Good point. Good point.
All right.
She was trying to protect the bucket. She was like a goalie, and frickin' Albert Fish fucking super slammed that the bucket into the fucking goal.
We playing
It
out.
was a dead-on shot. There's nothing she could do about it.
Despite his lawyers pushing for not guilty by reason of insanity, Albert Fish was found guilty and sentenced to death. The jurors reportedly agreed with him being insane, but felt he should die anyways because of the nature of his crimes. And so on January 16th, 1936, at the age of 65, Albert Fish met his end at the electric chair.
You know, I really like that. I like how the jurors were like, yeah, this guy is 100% totally fucking balls to the walls crazy. But he should probably just die anyways, just in case.
We don't want him getting out. Just fucking end it. We're done. We're not taking second chances.
You could send him to a therapeutic home, or, get this, or you could kill him.
Right now. Save us all the fucking trouble.
Hey, buddy, we warmed it up for you.
You know, there was one juror on the team that, like, when they all talked about it, they're like, listen, guys, here's the deal. I mean, we could just get rid of him right now. I mean, what are the chances that 5 years from now, any one of us thinks about this guy? Probably zero.
So,
Yeah, he's probably insane, but let's just kill him anyways.
got a question for you guys. Would either of you be interested in some fried fish?
Do you have tartar sauce?
Oh, you gotta have the tartar sauce. Yeah, you gotta. Yeah.
I really hope they took advantage of that at the execution. Just like, anybody want some fish sticks?
Fish sticks. Get your fish sticks here.
Yeah, fried fish.
We have two events going on today, ladies and gentlemen. The first one will be the electrocution of Mr. Albert Fish. The second one will be free fish sticks.
A little bit of fish and chips, 71. A little bit.
So a little fun fact for you. It was a rumor because of all those needles that he inserted into his abdomen. People claimed that the electric chair actually malfunctioned, like the metal from there conducted and got absorbed by the metal rods or whatever. That turned out to be false. That's not true. He died normally, but that urban legend persists about him that those metal rods in him somehow prolonged his life. Didn't happen. He fried.
He's dead. He did.
He did.
So,
D-E-D.
in conclusion here, Albert claimed to have had a child from every state, whether that was through rape or murder or cannibalism or whatever. Never been confirmed. Don't even know if it's true. We only know of those confirmed victims there. But regardless, Albert Fish, the boogeyman, will go down in history as one of the most vicious child slayers the world's ever seen. And that's the end.
You know, it's one thing to kill people, but I think you just take it one step too far when you're a cannibal too. That's just like you know, there's murderers out there. You know, every day people, you know, even today's nature, every day people are getting shot. You know, ch-ch-bah. You know, you're in a game, you're like ch-ch-bah. You know, whatever. This one thing. Yeah, dude.
Like,
if you're a
like the
murderer,
nice,
dude, today you go ch-ch-bah.
That sounds like
that shotgun effect. It's just like
spot on.
Ch-ch-bah, dude. You just ch-ch-bah.
The way you're doing that though, that sounds like Italian, like a chichipa.
It's a ch-ch-bah. It's a
a little finesse.
Yeah, I bought it. I bought my gun from Italy, so. Normal
Italians
guns are like,
probably make good guns.
but the Italian guns are like, chick-chick-a-ba, a pizzeria.
Mamma
Why did
mia.
my gun just say pizzeria? You know?
You fucked up on my spaghetti. A chichipa.
So there's going to be a
Chichipa.
gun created that will shoot pizzas, basically. Chichipa, and then a pizza comes out.
I'd buy it.
Another one.
I'd buy it.
Launch pizzas.
Well, we have been your tour guides into the dark, and that was Horrors Betwixt. Thank you for watching, guys. Catch you in the next episode.
See you later.
See ya.